Right. So, welcome to the community call, Jay. Not the community call, your accountability call. So, we're going to go over six topics which you'll be able to look at in a month's time and see how far you've come, see what things you've worked on right, what things you've maybe done wrong, which isn't a problem. We can always work on those things. But yeah, it's a baseline to track your progress. So, we'll start with the first topic, and this is an introduction to you. So, the first question will be, what inspired you to start trading, and what are your ultimate goals with trading?
I think the main thing is that I saw people being able to trade slash work wherever they want. So the freedom it brings, the traveling and just all of that. And of course, if you're good at it and you scale good, the high amounts of money.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that gets us the most is the freedom. I think that's probably the most heard response we get. So, yeah, it's good to hear you're on the same page. And how would you describe your current trading experience and knowledge? You can rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 or basic to advanced, wherever you see yourself on that scale.
Nah, I'd say I'm still pretty new. I'm starting to get a hang of it, but yeah, I've not been trading for too long. I've had some great calls in the past few weeks. I missed out a few trades with which hit stop loss, so I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with my progress.
Yeah, I'd say you're kind of in the like finding your feet stage. You're trying all aspects of trading, as in you're trading live, you're doing your back testing, you're learning lots, and you're just kind of finding what works for you and how it can like fit into your lifestyle. Would that describe it quite well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would be your biggest challenge or frustration so far that you found with trading? This can be live trading or back testing or learning, either area.
Uh,
What's your frustrations?
at the start, it was mainly seeing the few results in backtesting at the start, um, and sometimes it's hard to combine with my school.
Yeah.
It's going pretty well, but yeah, I have to miss out sometimes. But that's good for my to control my emotions, to get less fear of missing out. So
That's definitely a good way of
there's
looking
a
at it.
good point to it as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you can always learn from the parts. In fact, I'd say you learn probably more from the difficult parts, like learning how to fit it in, how to balance your studies with your trading. I'd say you learn more about yourself from that than just the actual learning itself. Um, so yeah, that's good to hear that you're having quite normal struggles, I'd say. I think we've
Yeah, at the
all been there.
start, the first two trading days, it was a lot with emotions as well.
Yeah,
I thought it was like bullshit. Everyone saying, "Oh, trading is emotions," and I was like, "Ah, it's easy. I can do that." And the first day, I took a trade completely out of my window, nothing, just to test it out. Lost about 200, I think. Next time, I wanted to aim too high, not my strategy. Lost 200 instead of winning 300. So yeah,
yeah. Well, from what I've seen from you, I think you've very quickly jump started your progress. Just as in, when I started trading and I didn't have like someone to be like, oh, that's wrong, or saying all of this stuff. I was doing exactly what you said, but for long periods of time, like in fact, like months, rather than I think you're a very quick learner and you're in a good space, as in you've made those mistakes and you've very quickly gone, right, okay, I shouldn't do that. I should just follow the plan instead of trading emotionally, which is very easy to fall into the trap of doing. So
yeah, I've not make it. I did not make the mistake
yeah,
again, I
which is
think
good.
so.
I think you come to find that following your plan actually becomes the easiest option. Like it's
Yeah.
easier to follow your plan than trade emotionally. Um, so, do you currently have a trading plan? And if yes, what does it include?
I trade the London Silver Bullet. I wait for a fair value gap to form there. And if I see no reason not to take it, I will place my orders at the end of the fair value gap with two risk reward. And if I see like a good liquidity point, like today, the new week opening gap, I will place one or two contracts for a bigger TP.
That's, that sounds good. What time frame are you entering on? Is it the 5 minute?
Yes.
Perfect. So, how how do you manage the risk in your trade? So you've said what RR you go for. Now, what are you actually risking per trade, and what size account?
I trade on a 50K funded phase one. I started risking 200 to just get my emotions under control and figure everything out. And as of today, I've started with risking 400 per trade.
That's good numbers. That's good numbers. And what do you know the max drawdown on your account? Is it 10%?
It's 2K.
2K. Okay, so you have a good amount of room.
I can lose 4% and I have to win 6%.
Right, yeah, so you're risking good then. That's not too bad. Do you track your trades, as in do you keep a journal or do you track them differently?
Yeah, I have a trading journal in Notion. I track my let's see. I start with the what chart it's on, the date, then the outcome, the P&L, and then I put a screenshot of the trade and I journal it as well.
So do you write like an overview, like how you felt during the trade, what made you get in the trade, and if you followed your rules kind of thing?
As of now, it's more like how the trade went, and but I want to journal better. I want to start journaling like with more text. Now it's
Yeah.
one or two sentences, so I want to expand that.
Yeah, so I think now that he's here, I think he'll agree with what I'm about to say. I think the most important part of your journal, it's very easy to just write down oh, I made this much percent, here's my trade. The most important part is how you felt and if you followed your rules. Not necessarily if it lost, like, oh, I feel bad today because I've had a loser. But if you felt before getting into this trade that you don't want to be in it, it's breaking your rules, something like that, that is the most important part to write down because that's what you'll learn the most from. You won't learn a lot from just seeing stop loss or take profit. So I guess whilst we're in the call, I'll set you the goal for your next accountability call to be able to say that in your journal you keep a very detailed, like, what's the word? A detailed journal of the trade so that you can see how you felt and if you're following your rules.
Yeah, so like today it was the thing I wrote down was I was pretty confident, so I did not reverse my position to a short when the CB formed. Stop loss hit pretty quick, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I want to like make that more detailed.
Well, that's a good start. Sometimes with the 5 minute, there isn't a lot to say, which is something we've noticed because it's quite a mechanical system, as I'm sure you're finding. Um, there's not always much to say, but it's good that you have the goal in mind that you want to expand more, want to write down more about your trade.
I think a good way of looking at journaling, hello by the way, is to view it as a data collection process, but then also a option to learn. So it's giving you the time and place to potentially learn from it. So, so for example, today you can maybe look at it and be like, okay, we got an inversion where the candle just inversed the buy side. We have an SMT. Next time I see these, maybe I'll be more open to a sell a sell position. But obviously without the collecting the data, like I presume you were saying, it's more than just noting the RR and the result. It's also about, well, what confidence did you have and so on. So if you don't give yourself the opportunity to learn from it and well improve, then obviously you don't improve and you could not got anything to reflect back on.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So we're now on to strengths and weaknesses. So the first question in this is, what do you feel is your strongest skill as a trader? Now, we're not going to judge you. If it sounds egotistical, that's good. We want to hear what you think you're good at.
I don't really know what my strongest point is. I'm not very experienced yet, but I'm getting pretty good at my controlling my emotions. So I think that would be one of the best and also one of the biggest, most important things. So
I was about to say that's probably one of the most important ones.
I don't have the fear of missing out as well as like I thought I would have. I thought that I would be very scared to miss out on trades, but it's not really. Yeah.
That's good.
It's good that you don't struggle with that. A lot of people do struggle with FOMO, fear of missing out. So It's good strengths to be having. So I guess opposite end, what weaknesses do you have? So what areas of trading do you want to improve the most at? So this can be anything from strategy, your mindset, or executions.
Um, I've noticed that since I've been trading on the funded, I've been learning and backtesting and all those type of things way less than I used to. So I think that would be one of my biggest weakness that I want to start learning and backtesting more.
Yeah, I mean that's very easily done, and it's actually a very common thing as well. Most people start to not necessarily achieve success, but when you start doing something that's kind of actively working towards success, or even when you have achieved it, most people just stop doing the things that got them there or are getting them there. So, for example, the things that have got you to the point now where you know how to trade. Well, that was the regular back testing, wasn't it? So, yeah, I mean, it's not an uncommon thing to have as a weakness. And it's something we both try ourselves to do as much as possible when we have the time to, is to backtest. Because, and why would you not want to, in theory, look at it this way, try and trade as much as possible to then get better? So, 90% of the time of all the trades you're taking are just to get better. And then that 10% is like super serious trying to execute to make money from it. Then obviously you've been practicing a lot. And I guess the saying goes, the success that you see doesn't come from the work on the pitch, it comes from the training grounds. So gotta keep it up always. Do you have any other weaknesses? Any other things you may think you need to improve on besides keeping up your back testing?
Mm, Not really something I could think of right now. I don't know if you think of something maybe because you're starting to know me pretty well. So
Yeah. Um, hmm. I guess you got that thing called school. That's a bit of a
yeah,
weakness.
there's not yeah nothing I can do about. So
No. Um, well, I guess kind of a similar question, but slightly different. Are there any habits that you think are holding you back? Now, this doesn't have to be trading. It doesn't have to be like I'm not on FX replay enough. It can be when I get free time, I really like to scroll on social media. Little habits that you'd want to fix that you think would advance your trading.
yeah, I use my phone way too much. I know that. I have been wanting to start reading more, but my book is here open still on the same page as the past 2 weeks, I think. So not really making progress with that. I have put a screen time limit on my TikTok now,
Oh, good.
so not I do click uh, ignore it too often. So, but it's a start.
Yeah, no, it's a good start. One tip
It
I'll
makes
give
me
you
realize
for,
more how much time I spend. I don't even know how big the limit is, how many hours. But
I mean, it's designed to suck you in, so it's pretty easy to do. But one piece of advice I'd give you for the reading, which I found helped, I don't know if you're doing it or not already, is I'll put my book in the way. Like if I know tomorrow I need to be at my desk, which I do every single day, I'll put it on top of my MacBook. That way, when I open my MacBook, I'll have to move my book out of the way, and then I'll feel guilty if I don't read it. So I end up reading it.
yeah, no, when I have the most time is in the like around this time. So I think I might have to put it on my pillow.
Yeah. I mean,
There you
now's the
go.
best time to read as well. Now is when you want to be kind of winding down off the screens, getting away from the blue light. And I don't know about you guys, but when I read, it almost sends me to sleep. So
Yeah, it gets me tired.
yeah. Um. So yeah, like Aaron said, it's just obviously about making it more convenient for you, and then it's almost easier to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. You've not got anything particularly bad. And one thing I will say about the social media is it's not necessarily bad about the screen time you're having. It's actually about the use. So what are you getting from it? What are you using it for? I mean, if you're on there and you are like simply creating content or you're looking for content ideas, you're, you know, you are you still posting your regular posts on TikTok for your like journey?
Not that much.
So, for example, that would be a good thing to kind of get back into the rhythm of. So, you want to stop using TikTok less. Now, instead of necessarily just stopping it altogether, if you may not have read the book Atomic Habits, but in this book, very quickly, it teaches you that if you want to change your habits, if you want to build good habits, you don't just stop a habit. Because if you stop it, it'll just be replaced with something else. Now, if you replace it, obviously, so TikTok, you don't want to be on it as much. Well, okay, it's a platform that, like you said, it sucks you in and you want to spend that time. Well, instead of consuming, you could create. So you could spend that time now scrolling, where you're still getting a bit of entertainment, but you're viewing it differently. You're like, right, let me go follow or like a load of random other traders who are posting their journey so I get ideas, creative ways of posting it, and then spend your time creating content. And then it's another way of using that time instead of trying to avoid it and yeah, just stop it altogether. And then what you'll notice is you'll use TikTok, you'll make your content, and this is something that me and Etten use as a strategy all the time to not doom scroll, is we make our content, and once you've made it, you then like, okay, why am I on here? Oh, okay, well, I've made my content. Oh, I'll get off now. Go do something else. So that's one little recommendation I will give to you is just try replace it. Don't necessarily stop it altogether or limit it. And I think limiting is probably a good idea, but yeah. I personally was enjoying your TikTok post as well. I'm sure Ayrton and everyone else who's watching this will agree. You know, it's nice to see the journey, and actually people love the journey. And you know,
Yeah, I've got a few guys like DMing me to learn them shit, and I was like, bro, I'm still new as well. I'd recommend to start just with some TGR bootcamp or something to know the basics, and after that you can text me again and we'll see. I'll try to
yeah,
help you, but I don't know, bro.
see if they make it past it.
Yeah, I've not heard anything from them, so
Yeah, well, there you go. Most
that's
people
why
just give
that's
up.
one of the main reasons why I was like, nah, I'm not gonna help you because I don't know how dedicated you are and I don't want to waste my time. So first start with TGR, and if you're really dedicated, I want to help, but I'm not wasting my time on someone who's gonna quit in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we've discussed strengths and weaknesses. So we're gonna now move on to exploring goals and aspirations. So we'll start off with now it might seem like an obvious question, but what are your short-term goals? What do you want to achieve in the next month, let's say?
I want to learn another strategy. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a 1 minute strategy like you are doing on Nasdaq or one on Forex. I'm still deciding that, but I want to add something else to keep learning more fun and uh, easier to combine with school. So like I can trade somewhere in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's probably a really good idea to be fair, because obviously I've noticed with the silver bullet, sometimes you're not able to take trades or make a decision because of school.
Yeah.
So probably the best. And then talking more than a month, so a month, a year, 5 years. So let's just say 6 months, a year, and 5 years. For those three different intervals, what are some goals you want to achieve in your trading career with that time frame?
I want to pass my first funded within like a few months at least. I think that's a big time frame as well. Uh, I hope to get my first payout within this year, within the end. Uh, who knows? I might even be able to scale it up already. Uh,
Sure you
uh,
can.
You never know.
on the longer run, I want to be able to live and travel of my funded tradings. I still want to finish school just in case I'm not gonna drop out.
Yeah, no, we're never going to discourage you from school. We're not those guys. As much as we didn't like it, we're not going to discourage you from school. So that's good that you've got that.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
So it could be something really weird happens and trading is gone. Like a
Exactly.
really small chance, but still, I want to finish school. Um,
So 5 years, 1 year to 5 year, what are some long-term goals? Where do you want to be? So if you need some help, I can give you some examples for myself.
no, yeah, I know like some end goals, but I'm not sure if 5 years. It's a long time, but it's also a really short time. So I don't know. As an end goal, I have to get my parents a second house in France. They want to they're discussing to move to France as soon as me and my sister move out. So I hope to be able to just buy them a second house so they can stay here and there, and to get my dad his dream bike because he really likes riding bike, and especially in France you have really nice mountains to drive. So
They're
Hey,
awesome goals.
yeah, great stuff. Yeah,
I'd say you can do that in 5 years. If
yeah,
you really
easy.
knuckle down, lock
yeah,
in on properly back testing, properly learning, focusing on what's important in trading, I'm sure within 5 years you can be at least touching those points. Definitely bikes.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how quickly everything can change. Things can just change in a matter of months or a
Yeah.
year. So,
yeah. And after I'm done with traveling and I'm just only trading, like, yeah, you never quit traveling, but eventually I want to start my own business, like a physical business, nothing online, something like a gym, a restaurant, something like that.
Yeah,
nice.
we're the same. So
Yeah.
we know exactly what you're on about. Um, so the next question that I want to ask you is, how do you find the community helping you so far? The community and the traders group, all these calls, and is there anything you'd also like to be improved upon, like something that we could do to help you more?
Y'all saw the post last time. Like, I don't think I would have been here without you. I think I would have been stuck in my work and school again already. Um, I don't really know something to improve. I think
Okay, well,
it's
we'll take
it's
that. I
it's
think we'll leave
pretty
it there.
well. uh, you're putting quality over quantity, so that's really good as well.
Oh wait, no, one piece of advice you did just give me. We
Yeah,
were
I gave you
for
advice about, yeah, it's not a community, it's YouTube.
yeah. We were
Like I
discussing
was
it. We
what
need to do more thumbnails, make the thumbnails look better to try and get. I guess we're not too fussed about so many people watching, but obviously the more the better. So
no, but yeah, but like it's nice to have to expand your
definitely.
um yeah, I was looking at the YouTube and I saw all random pictures of Tom like in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, a thumbnail, you don't have to customize something, you can just pick a good moment from the stream, but
Yeah,
it makes
cool.
it look a lot cleaner. It kind of looks a bit sloppy right now.
Here's what we'll do for this call. When we upload it, I'll make a thumbnail and you can rate it.
All
Tell me if
right.
it's good or not.
I look forward to it.
There we go. Um, Next section, we're storming through these. You're giving very good, I'll say, efficient answers. So this is planning for success. What specific actions will you commit to before our next call? So before our next accountability call, say in a month's time, what maybe name 2 or 3 actions that you want to say, yes, I'm doing these every day, regularly, and they're helping me.
uh I will learn backtest and forward test new strategy. I want, not every day, but I want to get a few days at least of starting to get back into my old schedule, like waking up early, having a workout, or going for a run in the early mornings. Um, I should be able to finish this book before our next call. I'm on page 94 and it goes till 300 something, so should
Oh
be
yeah, you got
possible
You
within a
can get 2
month.
done in that time.
No, no, no.
that.
Well, baby steps, one step at a time. There's some good goals, and so what you're saying is next time we speak, we're gonna have a book finished, we're gonna have a strategy prepared, and we're gonna have a morning routine. Am I right? Have I got them all there?
And I'm gonna get one funded account test.
One funded account passed. Okay, so in 2 months, they are all extremely doable. So I reckon you're gonna smash those. So to follow up on those commitments, how are you going to track your progress and hold yourself accountable? Because it's very easy to say these and have these goals, but how are you going to make sure you actually do the work every day and show up? What are going to be some of the techniques you may use?
Um, I will have what's the word? A summary of the, I think, best things about the book. to share with the community. Yeah, maybe post my trades if I forward test the new strategy. Post that
That's
in the
good.
feed. And I don't know for the early mornings one actually.
Well, I guess with the early mornings,
I could just send a good morning chat or something.
yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, here's an idea I thought of for you is if you're gonna post, for example, if you're gonna do your TikTok, obviously I know you didn't say it's one of your commitments, but let's say you were to start posting your TikToks again, your journey. Now, for example, when we don't go to the gym early in the morning, for me, I almost don't know how to word it, but I get almost a bit sad that I haven't been able to post that early morning message. So it keeps me accountable, actually wanting to get up, because I know if I don't get up and post that good morning message, then I'm obviously, well, I've been inconsistent. I don't know how you want to look at it, but point being is maybe your commitment or way of keeping accountable is, well, if I want to make a TikTok, journey of every day, well, I want to take that early picture, whether it's at you at the gym, you simply just waking up and taking a picture of your alarm clock or whatever it is, outside at 6:30. I don't know what your plan is, but that might be just one way of helping you keep accountable is posting that as well on the TikTok or even the community. That might help.
Yeah.
And that can also help with your scrolling habit, as before we were talking about replacing social media or the way you use it. If you're using it as a way to hold you accountable, first of all, you can build like your own personal brand, which is never a bad thing. And second of all, you'll keep yourself accountable. And third of all, you might inspire other people to do the same thing, which as people who are trying to do that as well, it is very fulfilling, inspiring others. So the last question on this is there any resources, tools, or support that we could give you that will help?
Not really. Maybe if I have a question about the news thread, like it could be a topic of one of the calls, but as for the early mornings and the reading, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, well, you're in the traders group, so you do like you can get on a call with us.
Yeah.
So just whenever you want to hop on a call with us, just send us a message and we'll get that booked in. And it says you have one a month, but honestly, if you need two or three, we're not gonna like turn you down. We're not just gonna we'll fit it in and see what we can do. So yeah, just let us know if you want to hop on any calls and stuff like that.
Okay.
So to wrap things up and obviously setting some expectations, these are a bit more chill questions. I want you to try and answer, from the heart and as soon as you think of it, kind of thing. So, what does success look to you, first of all, by the time we next speak?
Having a full written, tested out strategy and a finished book.
That is a great way of putting it. Very simple,
Perfect.
very doable.
Straight to the point.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss or clarify, either something we've mentioned or something we haven't?
No, I don't think so.
And this is my time to shine. And I have a surprise question for you, Jay.
Uh-oh.
So, you're gonna like it. Now, you can take some time to think. What is one piece of advice you would have given yourself 6 months ago? Obviously, with where you are now.
Mm,
Or you can look at it at the start of your trading journey, however you want to look at it like that.
Stick to one strategy more, I think. I have hopped a lot of strategies at the start because I saw no progress. And this one I took because I saw you were like getting a good win rate with it. Like you were getting profitable. You passed your funded with it. And as soon as I tried it and stayed consistent with it, it worked out for me till now as well. So
Well, there you go. For anybody watching this, the term for that is system switching. So if you like Jay are in the point where you're switching between systems, hoping one's profitable, as Jay's just said, you need to lock in on one. And one thing I'll mention for you, Jay, is it seems like you're someone who cares about win rate, which isn't a bad thing at all. One piece of advice I'll leave you with is that if you're looking for a strategy that wins often, you'll be looking for a strategy with a low risk to reward, which is exactly what you're doing right now, looking for those 1 to 2s. You won't have a high win rate if, say, for your next strategy, you're looking for average 1 to 7, something like that, and even higher than that, your win rate will significantly drop. So that's just something to keep in mind for when you start looking into your next system.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. Well, that was a really good call. It was really good to hear from you, Jay, and hear where you are, where you're wanting to be, and what your plan is to get there. You have some very good goals and very good ways of getting there.
Yeah. I hope we're gonna make it. We need the dinner.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's not necessarily a case of hope, but a case of when. Because if you're like us, we know it's just a matter of time, and you should too. So, put in the work, don't give up. It's gonna happen. So that meal will happen, and it's all to come, my friend. So, yeah, we appreciate your time, and we hope you found some value in this. And yeah, I also want to say thank you for the feedback with the community as well. And it's honestly a delight. It actually makes my day every time I even remember and think of it. How, you found us at the start of your journey and we've been able to help you to the point you're at now. So, it's a blessing to be able to continue to help you and
Yeah.
see you progress.
It is, and he does mean that because I know at random points in the gym, Tom will just be like, "Isn't it so cool that Jay's been there since the start?" Just like we'll be
Yeah.
just doing chest day, and he'll blurt that out. But
Yeah.
it is, and it's good to have you with us.
Yeah.
So,
What are the
yeah,
odds someone finds trading and at the very first thing they find in trading is a good experience? Like that's so rare. Most people find trading, they signal groups or get scammed or something. And that's why we're doing this, isn't it? If someone found us at the start, and that's the goal, really.
yeah.
So, yeah, very happy.
We'll give you our best, Jay. We'll give you our best. But yeah, thank you very much for
Quality
giving
of
me a
quantity.
call. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, and I'll stop the recording.